In this episode, I will explain everything you need to know about barbless and barbed hooks. In past 10 years or so, I've been using barbless hooks exclusively, and I believe that barbless hooks are catching me more fish than barbed hooks would do, and I will continue using barbless hooks in the future. Again, what you will see and what you will hear in this video from this point on will be results and experience based. It won't be just an opinion. So, a lot of anglers do have their doubts when it comes to fish coming off when they are hooked on the barbless hooks. I did have those doubts as well when I started using barbless, and the results are showing that it's not the case. The only situation when the fish can come off of the barbless hook is when the angler makes a mistake and leaves the slack line in between the fish and the rod. Basically, I believe that barbless hooks, if the fish are hooked properly and if they are played properly, will land actually more fish. That's simply because when the barbed hook will go in the fish's flesh or fish's tissue and the fish will swim to opposite direction or just change the direction, the hook won't be able to twist, so it will be fixed more or less, and the hook can come out if it's not deep enough. And with a barbless hook, if the hook will go in and the fish will change its direction during the fight, the hook will be able to twist a little bit better according to the line's position. Again, that's just my opinion, but again, I never felt that I'm losing more fish than people who are fishing with barbless hooks, and quite often I'm fishing in some groups with people who are using barbed hooks, and I'm always using barbless hooks, and I would say that I never lose more than they are. All in all, that's a myth that you will lose more fish if you will be using barbless hooks. Actually, I think that's the opposite, and I have 3 points to back this up. Barbless hooks will damage the fish less, as simple as that. And to prove it, it's very simple. You can do that at home if you want. All you do is take a sheet of paper and barbed hook and just put the hook through the paper and pull it out, and you will see the size of the hole, and then you debarb the hook and do the same. I mean, put the hook through the paper and then pull it out, and you will see, and you will be able to compare them holes, and the one from the barbed hook will be much bigger. And exactly the same applies when it comes to the damaging fish's mouth, or should I say the flesh around fish's mouth. Barbed hooks just will cut through the flesh and they will damage the fish more. And you might ask how it's related to catching more fish. Basically, most of us will be fishing in the same areas, or at least I know, and I can talk for myself. If I can, I always fish as close to my home as possible, and quite often in the same rivers, same lakes, same reservoirs. So if you will be catching and releasing, it means that there will be less chances by damaging the fish constantly that they will catch some infection and die if you will be using barbless hooks. Barbless hooks will allow you to fish much faster, and also they will allow you to spend more time in the water, and as a result you will catch more fish. By all this I mean that quite often when you will land a fish, you will be struggling to unhook it if it's a barbed hook. With a barbless, actually quite often the fish will come out in the net, then it's easy job. But it's not only that. Quite often barbed hooks will get stuck on the bank, in the tree, in the net, in your clothing, in your mate's ear, finger, or something like that. And that means that you will need to be careful when trying to get the hook out, I mean barbed hook. And if the barbed hook will go into your own flesh, quite often you will end up in the hospital. And if you are in the hospital, obviously it means that you are not fishing and not catching. And with a barbless hook, it would have been very easy thing just to pull the hook out and keep on fishing. And it would mean that you would catch more fish, as simple as that. Barbless hooks will damage the bait much less. In some situations you will be using live baits, such as maggots, bloodworms, other types of worms. What happens is that when you will be threading the live bait onto the barbed hook, it will burst a little bit, and it means that the live bait will die much quicker. Obviously, if it's dead, it's not moving and it's not as appealing to the fish. And if you will be using barbless hook, the bait will stay fresh and lively for much longer. And it just means that you will catch more fish by doing so and using barbless hooks. But it will be it from me for today. I hope you have learned something new in this video. But if I missed something or you don't agree with my opinion, please leave a comment below. I would be very much thankful for it. But that's it, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.